So the self is really not making a distinction. And yet, in the play of this individualization, it seems to use these pretend, make-believe distinctions. And you are discovering that you are this one self. And all these differences are just ideas, just notions, with no reality about them. Nothing can force consciousness to be deluded. I was saying the other day that if you want to say something is strong, because that also becomes a habit, that the mind is too strong, the emotion is too strong. No notion, no matter how strong it might have seemed, has survived this moment. All the conceptual dust is already off you automatically now. So the notion of strong can apply only to that idea of our limitation. How can something be strong for that which is the entire universe, which is the light of this whole universe? Can something be too strong for that one? Something is too strong for your being would imply that your being is a limited entity. You see? So something is only too strong for any idea you have about yourself. If you have an idea that I am this way, then life will come and show you, no, that you are also that way. If you have an idea that life should only be this way, then life will also come and show you that life has no limitation. It can also be the other way. So all our positions are fundamentally just nonsense. How can that which is everything, which includes both the opposites of everything, have a position which is something? So don't try to apply this to yourself. In the sense of, don't try to apply this to the notion that you have about yourself. Because then you start trying to behave as if this body is the self and then this body should always be. You know, just that we don't have to do. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes the struggle becomes to try and live it. You see? In the presentation of this body, in the appearance of this body, it must be apparent that this one is free or something like that. We don't need that. The body is just one aspect of your appearance, just the same as any other body. So this sense of individual control over this body is a complete fallacy. Its actions and movements are as much part of the movement of the apparent movement of the one consciousness as any other. Either we let go of this entire sense of individual doership or take on the entire thing. And everybody doing everything is your doing. You see? But don't draw these notional lines in the one appearance. This entire appearance is in the light of the one being, which is your being. See? I've been using this example of that one sheet of paper which you have divided in this world as a map with so many different notions. You see, the notion of separation of countries is just notional. You see? Then we say, no, I can't. Oh, my internet is missing. So if I draw out all these countries, you see, on this map, nothing happened really to that sheet of paper. It is still one. And you color shading. You see. And then you say, I'm from there, I'm from this one, I'm this one. You see? But it's not true. It is just notional. You are the entire map and the light in which this map is perceived. That perceiving is you. That awareness of this perceiving is also you. The map is you, the perceiver is you, that which is aware of perception is you. This world is you. The space in which the space of this world is there is you. The being in light of which this world seems to appear is you. That which is aware even of your being is you. And at that point, it becomes irrelevant to say you or me or I, because there is only one. All distinctions fade away. You are seeing this. You are aware of this. Only this you are aware of. But you have in your employment also one labeler. This labeler comes and says, this is good, this is bad, this I want, this I don't want. You see, this is me, this is other. It is the labeler of distinctions. But actually there are none. The appearance of distinct qualities does not prove that the appearance prove that there are different beings. See, the appearance of distinct qualities does not prove that there are two beings or that there are two selves. As absurd as saying that because there's an appearance of 5 fingers, there must be 5 of me. Yeah? All different appearing. So because they appear differently, Why you don't say that there are 5 of me because 5 fingers are appearing? In the same way, because all of these qualities appearing in your own space of being. It doesn't lead to any actual separation. It's that the qualitative appearance of aspects of your own being. You cannot see this personally. If you keep the body mask on and say, I am constrained by this, and now how can I experience this? You see, some are trying to do that. Like, I want to experience this. And in that, I want to experience this, we're already taking up the paradigm of being the body. You see, without the I want, what are you? Without making a reference point for yourself, making a limitation, a constriction about yourself. What are you now? What is inside or outside you? And this is not natural to us. It took us a long time actually to learn this. To pose as if I am this body took a lot of conditioning from our parents and from this mind, from all the other mouths. And everything. May continue to be everything. And my death is the death of everything. My sleep is when everything goes to sleep. My waking is the waking up of everything. My dance is the dance of everything. But even when everything is awake or asleep, I remain as the witness of all things, unchanged, untouched. So I have done the impossible. I have already jumped over the moon by believing that I could be limited. Now I'm just jumping back to my originalness. You see? So this jump backwards to my individuality has been the one that took effort. The jumping over the moon to the truth is completely effortless. It is my original state now. Okay, you want to be the cow that jumped over the moon? Yeah. You jump. Already jumped. Now, done. Whether are you going to buy this, what the mind is saying now, or are you going to remain in your originality? No effort is needed. Nothing has to be believed. Nothing has to be dropped also. All is naturally gone. The false has not survived the moment. You are actually way beyond even the most glorious belief you can have about yourself. The mind cannot fathom your glory. The mind cannot fathom you. The mind is just a peddler of position, of limitation. And no, but this, and because this feeling is there, therefore I must still be. How long will we rely on this circumstantial evidence, another appearance to define who we are? There is nobody here but God. It is not God and me. It is God. I don't have to find myself. I am the self. I cannot find the false one. What a charade this has been. Cannot find the one that wants to find the self. To the one that wants to find the self, I would give you the self. If only I could find you. Yesterday after Satsang, we played this little game. Is that it's as if this guy, because Matthew kept saying, "I'm looking for the guy, the guy." I'm looking for the guy, and this happens when I look, and that happens when I look. So I said, "Don't look for the guy so seriously. Just simply, if I say there's a guy sitting in the next room and he wants a pizza, maybe first time you'll get because my voice has some credibility. But after 5 pizzas, will you not want to go and conclude for yourself that there is a guy?" So we've been getting this guy pizzas for many years without really looking. Who is this one eating all this stuff? Then Olga, she played the voice of the mind really well. Say, no, 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 that one is a bit tired, it is resting, come back later. No, 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 something will happen to you if you see him. No, please don't. No. He's saying, get out of my way. My master has said there is no guy. Go and check for myself. That's the beautiful part about having the master. That when this mind is coming, no, no, but, this, that. Get out of my way. My master has said, it is not true what you say. Then we walked into the room and we saw, there is no guy there. Then I said, the mind will have a final trick. Just to say, oh, it's you. You have always been that guy. Is it? That you are not a guy or a girl. You are that which is beyond all things. As I said, the mind has only one trick, to convince you that God is a person. That being which you are aware of is a limited being. How to reconcile this with undeniable samsaric presence? So I said, you cannot live this. You see? Now, if you present yourself as one who is living in samsara, that is the cause of all the trouble. Samsara is living in you. In your light, automatically it is moving. That includes this body, the words that come out of this mouth, the movement of these hands and feet. Everything is included in samsara, the play of this world. You see? If you present yourself just as a part of this samsara and then you want to reconcile that one as the free one, who now has to reconcile with the rest of the world, that cannot happen. Because that is still a position of limitation. The coconut trying to be the ocean, saying, how do I deal with the rest of this? The samsara is coming in your light, and this light knows what it is doing. You are completely aware of this truth, and you cannot convince the non-existent false one about this. That which is aware of samsara, that which is aware of the appearance of this world, is not trying to reconcile it. Only when it takes itself to be something like an object in this world can it try to reconcile something. There are enough objects in the world. There are enough objects in this world which are available to tell other objects in this world about how to do many things objectively. But satsang is not for that. But Guruji does not deny that he is living in this body, he told us. Did he say he is living only in this body and he doesn't live in all the other bodies? I would doubt that very much. It is no denying that it is the one being that animates this body, but it is the same being that animates all bodies. He said consciousness has to discover truth in each body. Yes, that is the design of this world. That is the play of this world. In terms of the play of the appearance of this world, this is how it appears. But the one that discovers the truth does not see or see that it is exclusive to this body, except maybe as a sign of encouragement to you. That aspect of consciousness which is still playing as the deluded one. It's like Guruji also says a million other things. Why you don't latch on to those? You know, it's like me saying, if I tell you 100 times I love you, you still doubt that. Huh? Maybe he says that to everybody, does he really? But one time I tell you I hate you, he must really hate me. Really? This is the thing. It is our nature of the mind to go with that which is confirms our separation, our individuality, and to be in denial of that which is more apparently true. So when Guruji says there is just one isness, one being that animates this entire universe, why we don't remember that? Because that has no value to the mind. The mind says, oh, see, he said he is living in his body. Yeah. Business resolves all doubts. Is just two letters is captures all of existence itself. What is? I exist. I am. Aaron says, in the Avadhuta Gita it is written, it cannot be said that the self exists or the self does not exist. Please explain. Yes. Because beyond these notions of even existence or non-existence is the existence of the self or non-existence. You see, the sense existence I am is also ultimately for the self, just the aspect which is coming and going. You see, that which is aware is beyond even this sense of existence. And yet it is not nothing, because nothing cannot be aware. It is that aware no thing. It is prior to existence. You see? And therefore it exists because it is aware. But it doesn't exist because it is prior to the existence itself, to I am itself. You see? That's why Guruji said in his book is called Before I Am. I am is what? Existence itself. But there is something before. Does it exist? Yes. But is it subject to existence? No. You know what I mean? It is not before I am. is nothing. I was going to say like an empty glass, but even an empty glass is not empty. It is full of the potential for something. That is, rather than saying that exists, because existence is used to define this sense of existence or consciousness. But you are that which exists beyond existence itself. That is it? Which is beyond the sense of existence itself. I am is the light of this universe, but you are aware of even this light. You are the light of even this light. And this light is also only your own, a reflection of your own light. Okay? Let these be your own insights. Don't put them into the compartments of concepts, because then they will become confusing. The truth can be found now. Explore that which is aware of your existence, and you tell me whether that exists or doesn't exist. That which is aware of your existence, whether you can say it doesn't exist or whether you can say it exists, you will just say it is not applicable. No concept, no notion is truly applicable to it. And that unchanging self. Within me, no change happens. And yet, the seeming appearance of my existence appears as I am. So, from one perspective, because I remain untouched, unchanged, nothing has ever happened because I have remained just what I always was. And yet, with the appearance of this I am, this entire game of birth and death, and sleep and waking and dream, all of this comes. But I have remained the unchanging one. Even though this play of existence has gone on, and when I'm done with this play of existence, I swallow it back into me, back to the nothingness. And I remain as that existence beyond existence, before I am. These words are not telling you the truth, but they are pointing you to your utmost reality, which is the best that can be done in words. Because this I that I speak of is not the I that has a distinction between I and you. I speak of the one I, the self. Okay, my battery is running out, but let me quickly say it. Anil says, I am also looks alien. But you can say this within I am only, no? Let it look alien. Now speak something or type something. Possible? Even to say I am is alien to me. It's only within I am. This is the I am that you must taste, your own existence. which is the light of all things, which is the mother of this universe. Only a child of the mother can say, oh, this mother also looks alien to me. But only the child is looking up at the mother and saying, oh, you are an alien. You see? Only within I am we can say alien or not alien. You see? Only within I am do we have this game of separation and delusion and recognition. Only within I am. Father, I once heard Guruji say that Buddha is born maybe once every 400 years. But you and Guruji and so many other appear to be Buddhas. Have I misheard him? Maybe now everything is getting very accelerated. I'm just messing around. The Buddha is the Buddha. All is the light of this Buddha only. Using these instruments now. Don't worry about these things which are based on time and space. You find the Buddha, which is your own being. Why you stop at me and Guruji? Let's all say, what's happening here? Isn't this supposed to come once in 400 years? Huh? Look at us, there are 400 of us now. Everything is possible in consciousness. You can say certain things from how they have been in the past or the experience of what has been tasted and remembered. But consciousness loves freshness. Okay, so one day will come when I am will not speak at all. Why one day? Just tonight, I am will go to sleep within the belly of the nothing. From there it cannot speak. But as long as I am appears, all of this speaking will happen. All activity is the speaking of I am, is the movement of I am. But isness does not move. Yes, that's what I say every day to you. Okay, we keep going till the battery dies. So presume I said bye, I love you, all those things. Okay, but I'm just looking at these questions. Guruji, always doubt comes if I will disappear after bodily death. Even for something to disappear, you have to be there. For something to appear, you have to be there. For something to disappear, you have to be there. Can we say something disappeared unless there was a witness of the disappearance? You see? So the disappearance will happen. The disappearance of all that can disappear And if you are not there, even to witness appearance and disappearance, then nobody will ever know about it. Okay, let me make it simpler. That witness is eternal. Nothing will ever happen to that. And if it wants to experience itself as something, as I amness, it wants to play as long as it likes. Because time and space are nothing for it. It can create as many realms and bodies and plays as it likes. The one that you are finding as the real I, tell me if it had the quality of appearing, and only that which appears disappears. And everything, in fact, that which appears will disappear. But tell me if you find this one has ever appeared. Was it born that it will die? Does it have any qualitative attribute which is affected by appearance or disappearance or birth and death? None of this applies. These are just worldly terms, phenomenal terms, do not apply to the reality of you. I just came across something. I think it was in Ashtavakra that even sages can agree on almost nothing. Yes, I remember this verse in Ashtavakra. So why place any value on knowledge? Yes. Zero value on conceptual knowledge. 100% reverence for your own insight. Zero value on things which you just heard, except to the extent of being pointers for us to check. Value only to that which you found as your truth yourself. Because if it just remains in the realm of knowledge small key, then it is just activating the spiritual ego, you see, and this Advaita debating and this kind of stuff. So, no value on conceptual knowledge. So, how to listen to Satsang best? Is it more than just to remember, or is that its highest purpose? Yes. If by keep quiet, you mean let your sense of being I am remain unassociated with any notion of something. If that is your understanding of keep quiet, then all of satsang is for that. To introduce you to your notionless existence, uncontaminated being, as Guruji would say. That is why all the pointers are just so that there are some pointers which are operating on something and beating them out, and some pointers which are encouraging you to just let all of this go. Don't hold on to any mental story, any mental concept of anything at all. And in this motionlessness, your truth is completely apparent to you. That is how it becomes the company of the truth. Like this, satsang can't scratch isness. Yeah. Who is it scratching now that you have to type so much? Isness is not saying, see, nothing is happening to me, see, I'm not being scratched. Nah. play. Play, till life slaps us about. This is happening to me. When will this stop? If it is truly spoken with integrity in your heart that this is a play, then say play. Then know that everything, this play is just the master's dance. And there is no room for, I like this move and I don't like this move. I hope this one goes all right. And know that in the play you will taste all flavors, but you will remain untouched. You too. Your Mac will sleep soon unless plugged into a power outlet. It's been a good satsang though, it lasted quite a bit. Thank you all so much for being in satsang today. Sadguru Shri Muji Baba ki Jai.
Sadguru Shri Ananta Ji ki Jai.